Hi, today we're going to take a look at an unboxing review of Saban's Power Rangers Super MEGAFORCE Legendary Ranger Keypad Power Rangers in Space. There's 3 ways to play, made by Bandai. Here's some of the ways to play. How it flips to key mode. Nice picture of MEGAFORCE, not MEGAFORCE, Space Ranger WED, or Power Rangers in Space WED. 3 ways to play. Sup. Launch your Ranger keys. Score maximum points. Real Morphin action. Lights and sounds. Mobile Morphin battle. Download the free app. Scan. Morphin battle. Quit them all. I will bring this up to attention. My other video of Power Rangers Turbo or Super Sentai Car Rangers. This one person posted, I'm not going to call them out, say their name or who it was, but they posted 2 comments on that video. One was, where is the link down below in the description? So here it is. I'll get it out of the way right now. www.bandai.com/Power Rangers. That is the link. It will be down there in the little description. If you use it on PS3, PS4, and I guess Xbox 360 and Xbox One, you won't be able to see the link down below, so that's kind of why I have it here on camera. But if you use it on your mobile phone, tablets, PC, laptop, just scroll the video up a little bit where it says description, or click on the word description, and it'll be there. Another thing that really offended me from that same person was, I love your video unboxing. It was kind of like, your video unboxing takes so long, but I love it. But the way how it was just said really offended me. You wanna know why my unboxings is so long? Because, I'm not like the people out there that's like, hey, I got this part. Oh, look, there it is, there's a review, it's done. No, I'm going, go and tell you the history, what its name is Japan. So if you want to look it up, I know there's a mobile phone app. It's called Super Sentai Kamen Riders, or I think it's called Super Sentai. It's on the Android market, it's free. And they have a wide selection of Power Rangers. I mean, they have some that, in America, they have the unaffiliated Ranger, Go Buster. They don't have, Akiba Rangers. Or I believe that's how you say it, Akiba Rangers. Here in America, we just call them Emo Rangers. Emo Rangers. Because the way how their helmets looked. But I believe the real name was Akiba, something like that. That one's not on there, but they do have Go Busters. And they have the Zuden Rangers, Kyo Zuden Rangers, which is the ones that use the Dino Berries, which is all the rage now. Because, Super Sentai Go Kaiser kind of went out. But they're still trying to go strong. By being revived as Power Rangers Super MEGAFORCE. Yeah. Okay. So I'll kind of give you the history of, if you know, in America, we only have a few select Power Ranger shows. That was it. In Japan, they had a wide variety of Power Ranger shows. So here in America, it was named Power Rangers in Space. It followed after Power Rangers Turbo. And in Japan, it was Super Sentai Mega Ranger. So if you hear the name Super Sentai Mega Ranger, hey, you can say, wait a minute, what was the name of that Ranger show in America? Power Rangers in Space. So there, now that we got that out of the way, if you ever heard someone say, hey, do you have the Go Kaiser key of Super Sentai Mega Ranger? You can say, Mega Ranger, no, I have Power Rangers in space. And it'd be like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, man, that's funny. I never knew they were called Mega Rangers. And now, you know. America, USA, Power Rangers Space, Japan, Super Sentai, Mega Ranger. So, like, how we go over in the back of all the other Rangers. So, right here we have Super MEGAFORCE Rangers, which is Super Sentai Go Kaiser Rangers. Yeah. Then we have MEGAFORCE Rangers, which is Super Sentai Go Sayers. And if you didn't know, Go Sayers were the Angel Rangers. And here in America, we were like, no. We are not doing no Angel Rangers. Our Rangers ain't gonna have these little angel wings. We're gonna call them Earth Defenders or MEGAFORCE. Like I say, MEGAFORCE, Earth Defenders, or Earth Defenders, MEGAFORCE. Any Angel Defenders? No, we got rid of that angel part and just stuck with Earth Defenders. So yeah. Which is kind of fun because, if you know, in a Super MEGAFORCE series, they don't even use the MEGAFORCE keys. They still are using the old school. Let's see if I have it here somewhere. Where was it? Here we go. Let's wait there for me. They still use the old Morphers. So, they throw the card in there. And then MEGAFORCE, and then obviously I don't know why they go to that mode, because they know they're going to get beaten and they have to use a power-up mode. So then they go to Super Legendary mode, which is not even Super Legendary mode because Go Kaiser actually followed after MEGAFORCE. So if you watch the Super Sentai, Go Kaiser series, it came after Super Sentai Go Sayer. So yeah, Go Kai Red, here we're calling Super MEGAFORCE Legendary Ranger Key. It's not a legend. How can it be a legendary key if it came out after MEGAFORCE? MEGAFORCE is actually a legendary key. Which is funny because in the show they don't use the MEGAFORCE legendary keys here in America. It's just, so ridiculous. Then we have Power Rangers, my Morphin Power Rangers, which is Super Sentai Zuden Ranger. We have Power Rangers Zeo, which is Super Sentai O Rangers, or Ho Rangers. And then we have Power Rangers Turbo, which is Super Sentai Car Rangers. Next up, Power Rangers in Space, yay! That's what this box is, which is Super Sentai Mega Ranger. Then we have Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, which was Super Sentai Gangan Man. Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue, which was Super Sentai Go-Go 5. So that's Go-Go 5 right there. Power Rangers Time Force, or Super Sentai Time Ranger. So yeah, in Japan they dropped the word force off and just kept time. So, Time Force, Time Ranger. Then next up we have this one, which is Wild Force, or Super Sentai Gao Ranger, and Gao means lion. I don't know why they call all the other Rangers lions, when really the Red Ranger was the lion. But that's just how they roll in Japan. Next up, we have Power Rangers Ninja Storm, or Super Sentai Hurricane Ranger, which kind of makes sense. Hurricane's a storm, they're Ninja Storm. And, they don't really tell what type of storm they are. Tsunami, hurricane, tornado, flash flood, obviously there is different types of storm warnings and storms out there. So they just call them Ninja Storm. Next up we have this one, which is Power Rangers SPD, which stands for Power Rangers Space Patrol Delta, or Super Sentai Deca Ranger. Then we have Power Rangers Mystic Force, which was Super Sentai Majin Ranger. And then this one we're all familiar with, because, wow, it's been going on for pretty much a long time and everyone got sick of it. But it's still pretty cool. Power Rangers Samurai, or Super Sentai shin cancer. So if you hear people say, oh hey, I got the shin cancer Morphin pen, or the shin cancer Morpher, you know, the shin cancer hidden disc, or the shin cancer Metasword, they're referring to the Power Rangers Samurai. So now that we got kind of the history out of it, of what was their Japanese names, so if you heard it, or if you learned for it on Amazon, or if you go to a great place called CS Toys International, CS Toys International would not say, okay, Power Rangers Ninja Storm, or Power Rangers Samurai keys. No. It would say Power Rangers Hurricane keys, or Super Sentai Shinkanser keys. Just say, wait a minute, Shinkanser looks a lot like Samurai. That's because it is. They're just going by the Japanese name and not the American name that we named it here in America. So that's why our videos take a little bit longer. I'm giving you kind of the rundown of the history of what it was called. So if you're looking for it on Amazon in the Gokai section for the full-length Gokai keys, or from CSToysInternational.com, I will leave that link down below in the description, right underneath where it says www.bandai.com/Power Rangers. So I do recommend checking them out. Just a little tip, if you go to CS Toys International, it will be in the Japanese yen, so you will have to hit the little button down below where it says like bring it up to a full web page to bring out the mobile one, and then it will translate to how much it actually costs in English. So if it says like, I don't know, 300 yen, that'd be like $2.50 US. So a lot of times you're like, whoa, 10,000 yen? That's a lot of money. No, it's like, you know, $10.95 US. $10.95 US. So do remember to quit what it says, bring it out of the mobile thing, because it will show it in the mobile. Even if you're not using it on your mobile phone or mobile devices, it will say that. So just scroll down and quit that. And then you'll see the actual American price, which will be paired up where it says JYP, which stands for Japanese yen, and then it'll say USD for US dollars. So like here we know these go for like about $7.95. So it'll be like 890 yen. I believe that would be about the exchange rate. So I might say 890 yen. Whoa, that's a lot. Whoa, that's not. You might be confusing 890 yen with like $890. It's not. 890 yen would be like $8.20 US. That's what it would roughly come out to. So yeah. So moving on. I know, like I said, video's kind of long, but I'm giving you a history, telling you some great websites so you can pick up the keys. Unfortunately, and on CSInternational.com, you will not be able to find these keys. You'll find the Gokai keys, which are the bigger and long ones, which will only work in the Gokai Morpher. So these American keys don't work in Gokai Morpher, which is the Japanese one, and the Japanese keys will not work in American Morpher. So each key has to have their respective Morpher. I wish that they kind of made a cross change, you know, where we would go in both. They don't. But yeah, let's take a look at the little symbol here. If it will show up on camera. There you go. We kind of got this little V shape going on there. I kind of wish that the little gold would go a little bit extended to the shoulder area a little bit more, and maybe somewhat to the back, but it doesn't. As for the head sculpt, if we put in by the top picture here, it looks pretty cool. I mean, they got most of the details on there, like the little mouth area, the visor, the little top of the head. Let's see right there. Which you might notice, this one they have a little bit more black, and this one's just right there. I wish that they did center it to go towards the back of the head a little bit more, so it looks more accurate, but more or less, pretty good job. Only thing that you can really notice is this one has a little V shape, right there, and on the actual toy key, yeah, that's missing. So if you were skilled with a paintbrush, or you could print it off into like a little sticker that small and stick it on there. But all in all, it's a good thing. Like I said, there's the little V shape. Let's see if we. There we go. So yeah, that little one is missing from the top of his head. And what Ranger key is this in the Keyline series? PR012. So it's Power Ranger key number 12. And just to show off the Blue Ranger key. Come on, why is this not focusing? There we go, PR number 12. Black Ranger key. PR number 12. So all of them are number 12 for Power Rangers in space or Super Sentai Meta Ranger. Let's turn our Morpher on. So we have in space. I wish that would say at least something like Power Rangers in space or Power Ranger in space, something like that instead of in space. Yeah, the black one's a little bit stiffer to do the one finger flip. Probably because of how they place the sticker in here. The sticker's not centered, so yeah. And the keys seem kind of stiff to get in the Morpher. I mean, other keys to just feel like they go right in there, and these feel like you gotta kind of give it some force to get it in there. And then again, to pull it out, yeah, it's kind of in there. And then you gotta give it a little less force than the force that you have to go to push it in there. But yeah. So let's kind of put them back into Ranger mode, I guess we could call it. Or at least that's what I'm going to call it. Ranger mode, key mode. Because you know, that's kind of the functionality. They just flip. So yeah, the bad news, they tell you, hey kids, here's the game to play. You're supposed to do it like that. The only bad news, they don't tell you how to score the points. So if a Ranger flips down, is that worth 1 point? If a Ranger flips this way, is that worth 2 points? If a Ranger key flips on its back and lands, you know, you hit it and then it flips into key mode, is that worth like 3 points or something? You know, they tell you, hey, there's a game to play, but they don't actually tell you any instructions on how to play the game. Like here. Mighty Morphin, Mighty Mini Game. Sup, launch your Ranger keys. Score maximum points. How do you score these maximum points? I mean, come on, look how much room there is in the bottom of the box. Like right here. You know, they could just... let's see what I have here. Here, we'll just use a little tattoo. You know, they could turn a little instruction sheet, fold it up like that, you know. Kind of hit it in there a little bit. You know, you lay it this way, you really don't see too much of it. Like that, then you'd be like, okay, I take out the Ranger keys, and what's this? Here's a little instruction. Oh, so that's how I set it up and play this Mighty Mini Game and score maximum points. That's 1 point, that's 2 points. That's 3 points. Obviously, I don't know how you score or points, because, you know, Bandai America, would have been a great thing if you gave us a little instructions to tell us how to play the game that you're trying to promote. Because how can you promote a game if there's not any instructions to tell you how to play the game? Yeah, just a little hint. Saban and Bandai America. Hey, if you're going to promote a game, tell the people how to play the game. Because I know a lot of us Ranger fans on the Ranger community, in the Ranger forums, are kind of like wondering, how do we get to play this game? How do you score points in the game? Is it a one-player game? Do you need 2 players to play it? You know, it's kind of like, what is really going on? Also, if you look in the show, Power Rangers Super MEGAFORCE, they are using a different Morpher. They're obviously using the Gokai's Japanese Morpher, not this American Morpher. Just like with Ranger keys, they're using the Gokai keys, not the Ranger keys. And you think, Bandai America, you're promoting these key and Morpher, yet you have the players, not players, but people, you know, like Jay and Troy and Mia and Gia and Noah, all those people go into this super legendary meta form, or super legendary form, and they're not using the American keys they were trying to promote in the toy line. They're using the Japanese toys, which are a lot taller, they don't have a spring in them, so you gotta manually flip them open. The Morpher's different, obviously bigger, and the sound will come out there, which sounds a lot louder, and here the sound is just... Where is the sound? Oh, right there. The sound is just there. Really weak. Here, I'll turn it on and off. It's in off, here's on. It just has the 1-button keypad. And the Japanese one, you know, say you don't have the Silver Ranger from space. You know, you're punching like 9, 5, 1. And then a little Morphin blade, and I'll say, Meta, Silver Ranger. Because, you know, these are called Super Sentai Meta Rangers. Here in space, we call them Power Rangers in space. So ours would be Silver Space Ranger. Or theirs would be Silver Meta Ranger. So you had the functionality of punching in a code to get the keys without buying the keys. Which was kind of a cool idea. The theme was a lot painted up differently, so this one's actually not the Legendary Morpher. If you go to the Gokai series on Amazon, they have both Morphers in the Gokai. This one would be considered the standard one because it has the silver swords. And their Legendary Gokai Morpher, the actual Legendary one, would have gold swords. So there is big differences in there. Just like how we've seen in episode, I believe it was episode 1 or episode 2. I can't remember if it was at the end of episode 1 or somewhere in the middle of episode 2. I believe it was in episode 5. We actually got to see a Japanese Ranger that we never got here in America.